goodbye to my lover or something.
Okay. May God bless your words. Neki kar, darya mein dal.
Okay.
What's that? Do you know?
I have no idea.
See, you are a teacher.
I'm an English teacher.
Teacher.
Okay. Alcoholics don't support sex work, but support sex workers, and the world really needs it.
Yes.
Like, so we're gonna keep supporting them. We're not.
She said, Winnie, what were you doing? I said, gave some money. She said, have you lost it? He'll just go off. Sometimes it's a message to others that if I can do, you also can do that.
Absolutely. Hey, thank me for giving you that food, which I don't like. It's a basic.
You to tell me, do you believe in that thing? What I said, neki kar darya mein dal, like do good and forget about it, or do good and keep publicizing and just keep telling people about it. Start something for people. If you are not in the capacity to start, just go and collaborate. Just go and work with someone like you did. I want you to tell me how to find that right direction. Let's say whether it is the hospitals, NGOs, or some people sitting street side, or how can we choose the right area? And, people listening to me today, if they have something related to food joints, restaurants, hotels, or if you are one willing to help someone, you can go contact them and do something like this. It's really simple, I think.
Yeah, it really is. This weekend, we're partnering with Cupa. Have you heard of Cupa? I have a flyer right here. They're dogs who slums, which we call clusters, and feed them whenever we get the chance. Sometimes we have restaurant partners who donate food once a week. Any leftovers they have at the end of the night, they call us up. Then we have people in the area, if they've had a birthday or if they've had a wedding and they have some food left over, they call us. We pick it up. But the main thing about hi.
Hi, Upasna.
Again. Oh Lord, can you see me?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Am I sitting with the right person?
I know. There was some volunteer work today, some special volunteer work today. So I'm all dressed up, I guess.
Okay. So, are you wearing a beautiful sari?
Yes, I am. I am. I kind of feel like a one of those Bollywood actresses. I feel like they should be flying off that train while I'm saying goodbye to my lover or something.
Okay. May God bless your words.
All right.
So,
So
how have you been? I hope you recognized.
I did. We spoke about traveling last time. Is that not?
Amazing. So, you've got a horse memory.
I'm not sure about that, but I remember you very clearly. You have this happy face, and that makes me happy. And I instantly recognized you. Yes.
Okay. So, I'm getting this Bollywood vibe from you today.
Oh God. No, I apologize for that. I didn't
No,
have
you
time
don't
to
have
think.
to. It's motivating me to
Oh,
wear something like this someday.
well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, how's your day?
Yeah, going great and sailing through it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, same. It was actually like the old age home where I volunteer. It was the doctor there. It was his birthday, and he's been doing such noble work, such I mean, he's doing us all a favor by keeping the trust in humanity alive. I feel so. We celebrated with all the oldies over there, all the old ladies and all the tatas, and it was really fun. Yes.
So, what do you call those old ladies? Just out of curiosity, I have this
Call them
question.
ajis. I call them
Ajis.
aji and tatas. Yeah.
Aji and
Tata.
Tata.
Yeah.
Means
Uh,
grandfather.
yeah.
Ah, okay. All right. So we call Dadi and Dadu,
Hmm.
Amma and Baba, like that.
Yes.
Aji and Tata. Wow. Okay. So, Upasna, even, why I was specially looking for a session with you, because last time I had a word and we discussed a little bit about social work, NGO, and then it was completely diverted to another conversation. So today I want to keep it focused, and the topic, of course, you already came up with it, not intentionally, but you somehow
I
mentioned
needed to
that.
explain myself because I look like one of the aunties that you have to stay away from during family functions.
No, you look like that cool auntie with whom I would love to be.
Yeah, my sister's getting married and I'm gonna pressure her into having children so that someone can call me Tiki or something. Yeah.
So
Um,
definitely, you look like that cool auntie with whom I would love to be.
yeah. Okay. Great.
Right? Not the one I always keep a distance with. So yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So just considering you as that typical auntie, just considering, okay. Uh, who always just whose only purpose in life to is to intervene in someone else's life, right? So let's imagine you like that, and of course ruining others life is their main task. So I just met one such aunt at 2:40 today. It's
Mhm.
3 p.m. now.
Okay.
Right? She gave me jitters, truly.
Oh,
And
what happened?
it happened. And then I was like, okay, now I'm not the same person anymore. I know how to deal with people.
Oh no, what happened? Are you all right?
Yes, I am.
I'm
I
concerned.
don't you think I am? So yeah, I was feeling bad for maybe 10 minutes, right? And then it was like I have a bigger fish to fry.
Okay. Am I the bigger fish to fry?
Yeah, bigger and better.
Okay, good. Good. Thank
Right?
God.
So I was like, okay, let's leave that, because that's anyway not going to help me out.
We don't need
Right?
that energy. We don't need
We
that.
don't need that. And then we have Upasna here, of course, the Bollywood queen. So let's
Please, I am proper Kannadiga. I can't speak a line in Hindi, but I can't say anything in Hindi actually.
so
Yeah.
let's have a good time with Upasna. I thought
Yeah.
about it, right? Okay. So Upasna, the session is about your love for the NGO you are working with, social work, and of course some good deeds.
Mm-hmm.
I have couple of questions ready, right? So first of all, tell me in short, because time won't permit us to cover everything. So how did you get in touch with it and what you exactly do?
Okay, so I think I started around the time my okay, so shall I? I mean TMI, but my dad was sick from cancer, so he passed away 2 years ago, around this time, yeah. But
Really
during
sorry to hear that.
that's okay, it's okay. But when he was getting sick, I don't really believe in God or all these traditional things. My mother went in that direction. She became very religious, very traditional, trying to like do everything right, because you really look for the scraps to make sure something good happens. But I involved myself in social in some degree, but I involved myself in this work. I started going to Need Base India, which is in the one in Sri Rampura here in Bangalore. And I started going there. We served food there, and then I also did a few sessions with them about arts. I took them to the museum once, and I really enjoyed it. My dad had passed away during that time, and it was kind of the only I don't know, therapy, I guess, that I enjoyed. uh, of course, I needed real therapy too, but yeah, and I paused for a while because I was trying to focus on my studies. I had some exams coming up, so stopped. And I started again this year. And I went through the NGO RHA, Robin Hood Army. And we feed people. So we go to slums, which we call clusters, and feed them whenever we get the chance. Sometimes we have restaurant partners who donate food once a week. Any leftovers they have at the end of the night, they call us up. Then we have people in the area, if they've had a birthday or if they've had a wedding and they have some food left over, they call us, we pick it up. But the main thing about Robin Hood Army is that there's no money involved. We don't ask for money. It's strictly off the table, and we serve food. We breakfast, usually breakfast drives happen every weekend. And I started that, and then I went into academy. So I teach the kids there basic English, some social stuff like history, civics, environmental studies, and stuff like that. Whatever I feel like would help them out that weekend. So this weekend we're partnering with CUPA. Have you heard of CUPA? I have a flyer right here. They're dogs, and they rescue dogs and help out with all of that. So they're partnering up with RHA, and we're going to talk about dogs and dog bites and whatever I find helpful that weekend. So yeah.
Great. Okay, so just one more question. This came to your life, RHA, or you approached?
I approached RHA, and I was looking for a few NGOs. I don't know. I also spoke to Yuva, which is for teaching kids and stuff like that. And then I also wanted to go to Mahila Sankalana and all these local NGOs. But I liked RHA. I liked their model. There's actually a Harvard study about it online. You can look it up. So yeah, it was very interesting to me. And I guess I gravitated towards it. Yeah.
All right. And what I learned out of it, Upasna. So as you talked about this partnering with restaurants, every single time we leave that, or we have some residue, we have some leftovers in the restaurant, which we always have. So before leaving, I always have eye on that food. Like, what are they going to do with it? And the staff is going to eat. Where is it going to go? See, here in my town, I'm not sure if it is happening, if that thing is happening, like partnering with NGOs or things like that. But it can happen. Now I'm getting an idea that it can definitely happen. And people listening to me today, if they have something related to food joints, restaurants, hotels, or if you are one willing to help someone, you can go contact them and do something like this. It's really simple, I think.
Yeah, it really is. We are like available in all the major cities around India, and it's not just about restaurants, of course. It's about like even if you have like a birthday party and you have some cake that you'd like to give away, that would be really helpful, Yeah.
Absolutely. Or anything, like any event, right? Wow.
Our standards are like, as long as we, the volunteers, feel comfortable eating from it, like it is good food. But we don't like it when people think of the clusters or the slums that this food or clothes or whatever, notebooks, stationery, we don't like it when they think of the cluster as a, I don't know, dump yard of some sort, like be very careful with what you're giving, give with dignity and respect. So that's the standard, of course, but yeah.
Okay. Just 2 days back, we got one priest at home, and he just used this line, exactly this line. If it's edible for you, then it's edible to animals and other people as well. Otherwise, if you think it's not edible, if it's expiry, if it is stinky, leave it, discard it. Don't think that animals are made for your this
Yeah.
discarded food, or maybe people in slums. So don't do that. He
Yeah.
used this and we are strictly following it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
wonderful. Also, Upasana, there is one question. Like, see, I have always been curious. That is the reason I wanted to have this session with you today. So I remember back in 2005, I was having Q&A session somewhere. Not in 2005, maybe in 8, right? So let's say 10 people were sitting there and the same question, what do you want to become? So I used to have one answer that I want to be a fashion designer. Along with that, I want to do MSW, because at that time I just came to know that there is something called MSW, that is Masters in Social Work, I think, right? And we can do that. And I used to think that we need this particular degree if we want to go for social service. But I
Yeah.
was wrong, totally wrong, right? Now I want you to tell me, see, I am highly, highly interested in it. But the only thing is sometimes we do not find the right place, the right cause, or maybe the right area or direction. Here, I want you to tell me how to find that right direction. Let's say whether it is the hospitals, NGOs, or some people sitting street side, or how can we choose the right area? Can you give me a little answer to it?
Okay. Well, I've always been interested in all these different routes, right? So environmentally, feminism wise, and education, all of them. But of course, since I was younger, because of the things I had been through and the women around me had been through, of course, women's rights, and especially women who are facing domestic violence, who are facing some sort of oppression in the home. Um, that was my main focus. But then when I started doing this work, I wanted to start somewhere. So just start somewhere, and then you will, go down the lane. So, for example, I didn't know how to start with social work or how to start with working with NGOs or anything. So I started with RHA, which is feeding the hungry citizen, right? So once I went there, I realized there's a need. Okay, you make a list of those needs. Okay, so the kids need someone to pay for their education, around 5,000 for the whole year, including everything. So that is one. The women, they're not employed. Usually the husband is the only earning member of the family. Okay. They don't know about basic hygiene and stuff like that. So we need to help them out there. All of these things, you make a list of it in your head even. Of course, to me, I gravitated towards the education part, toward academy, because it's the only way to break that poverty cycle, right? So they're coming from generations of illiteracy. So education is the only way for them to get out of that cycle. So of course, educating those kids, helping out wherever possible, in any area. And especially for me, arts is a big thing, because studying arts, I'm very privileged to study arts, right? It's a privilege to study arts, because it doesn't promise a good career. It's mostly about passion, and of course the art itself now can be marketed however, but it's very sad because these kids are great at singing, they're great at dancing, but it's not stable to study. It doesn't promise stability. But yes, education, I gravitated towards that. But then I started volunteering at old age homes, and now I am working on a journal for patients with early onset of dementia, because I did this with my dad when he was losing his memory from radiation therapy. He would tell me little tidbits about his life, about his childhood, and I would write it down so that once he forgot, I could remind him. And same with my grandparents. I did that with my grandfather and my great grandmother before they passed away. And now we can remember them through those stories they used to tell, about how like my father used to get like bullied as a child because he was very shy, and all of these things I can remember about him. But these people who are abandoned, who are abused and abandoned into these old age homes, there's no one to remember their memories for them. And so I find it really important that they're survived by this memory, you know? So I started going to the old age home and I sit with like at least 20 minutes. I sit with one of them and I just write down anything I can. I record the conversations. I'm not qualified to study it. Obviously, like you said, it meant a lot to me that you said that, because we don't need to study social work to know love, right? Love,
You just have to study yourself, your heart.
it's love. At the end of the day, it is love. When the children run to me, I'm like, I can survive any breakup. I can survive anything. Like
100%. Yeah. Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
yeah, and with them I just sit and listen. I'm not a science kid or anything, but my sister is really into it. So, and she wants to get into research, and I tell, like, we kind of have these conversations about how, you know, if when I write down all of these things, as they start to forget, like it could be a study on memory, it could be a study on what happens when someone is abused at this age, what happens to their body, what happens to their emotions, how are they to be validated, you know? So yeah, you kind of just find your way. You have to just start somewhere.
First we need to, I think, study ourselves. What is that true calling for me, right? As you mentioned, like you had these various areas: environment, education, arts, everything. Similar is the case with me: arts, education, environment, women empowerment, and that includes everything basically. um, this abuse, domestic abuse, and so things. So see, I also know that these are the areas that where I can really, it's just we need to study ourselves. And yeah, don't wait for the moment that I want to start something for people. If you are not in the capacity to start, just go and collaborate, just go and work with someone like you did, right? If you would have thought of, if you would have waited for the moment that I want to start something big for someone someday, then I think you would have just sat at the same table thinking about it.
Dreams remain dreams that
Yeah,
way.
yeah, exactly. So just go volunteer, learn, and maybe in future you can do something on your own. This
Yeah.
is one. Of course, I have learned 2 lessons so far. Now, I hope time permits if I come up with more questions,
Yeah,
little
go
more.
for it.
Okay, so why I was talking about this choosing the right direction, because it's important. Sometimes our thoughts are scattered. Like we have multiple thoughts. I want to do this, something in healthcare, environment, stray dogs, pets, and stray animals, everything. But we hardly execute. So finalize one thing, start with it, and then, of course, as you said, you'll find your way.
Yeah.
Okay, now comes a really important question. But you mentioned that you don't know Hindi, so I'll have to explain it.
Oh,
Right.
go.
So, Upasna, it is said in Hindi, Neki kar, darya mein dal.
Okay.
What's that? Do you know?
I have no idea.
See, you are a teacher.
I'm an English teacher.
Teacher.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. Neki kar, darya mein dal. Okay. What does that mean? Do good and forget about it.
Okay. All right.
Do good and forget about it.
All right.
My question to you is, do you believe in that theory? Do good and forget about it. Like if you are giving with one hand of yours, don't let your other hand know about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they say. If you're doing something, do it secretly. If you're helping someone financially, do it secretly. Don't publicize it. Okay. Although sometimes it is said, if you're doing something good, let means like people post on social media and make videos and things like that. Sometimes, yeah, many a times it is wrong, but sometimes it is not. Why? Because that may motivate a lot many people out there.
Yeah.
Right? So these two things are there. Now I want you to tell me, do you believe in that thing? What I said, neki kar darya mein dal, like do good and forget about it, or do good and keep publicizing and just keep telling people about it.
I will say, okay, so first of all, let me like draw a distinction between performative activism and bringing awareness to these causes, right? So I think nowadays it's very common to find these performative activists about, even in my circle, I know many people who post about, let's say, Palestine, who post about Palestine. Not one of them I have seen boycotting, not one of them I have seen in a protest, not one of them actually talk about it in real life, want to talk about it. It's kind of a, oh yeah, well, let's just move past that, you know? So of course, performative activism is a big thing now, digital activism. Um, of course, sometimes it's about building awareness. I talk about it a lot because I am proud of it. And I think people should talk about these things more often. I don't like it when people say I'm apolitical, because everything has politics in it. Even an NGO will have politics in it, will have hierarchy in it. So I find it essential that we bring these issues into each conversation, because that's the only thing it'll stay alive. I mean, that's the only way it'll stay alive, and we'll keep remembering those in need, remembering what to do, remembering kindness, you know, remembering humanity. However, I do not post about it often. And if I do post about it, most of the time, if it's with children, their faces are blurred out. Because now we live in an age where these pictures are not just mine, are not just for my feed, for my social media. I'm sorry, am I audible?
So
Hello?
sorry, it's raining outside, and this is possibly the reason. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
But yes, I was just saying that
Their
nowadays,
faces are blurred. Yeah.
when I post, it's not just my post, is it? So once something is on the internet, it's on there forever. Now with AI deepfakes, children's pictures, especially, are threatened, I feel, because people use these pictures for the wrong reasons, use these pictures to make edits and stuff that is not all right. So I don't usually post about it. I don't really post pictures about it. I do, though, come across a lot of people who do, of course, through the NGO. I do know those people, but I kind of just stay away from
That's
that.
a great idea, right?
I also think there's candid pictures, right? Of like, oh, just taking a picture of the child playing with the doll you just gave them. It's very sweet. But then there is sit down, everyone in this circle, and hold the things I gave you and smile at the camera. You know, I don't like that. That feels very invasive. That feels like you're saying, hey, thank me for giving you that food, you know, which I don't like. It's a basic necessity. They have the right to eat that. They are hungry. And, you know, I've come here as a volunteer. I'm not coming here as God or something, you know. So I think people do develop that like God complex through this work, or savior complexes, you know.
100%.
So,
Upasna, why I asked that and I gave you these two situations, let's suppose you are doing something like that, right? See, most people, they have this thought, most of the people, they have this thought that I want to do something, but they don't have a guideline how. Right. Let's suppose if I am seeing Upasana today doing some social work, right? Helping some kids, feeding stray dogs, or maybe helping some oldies, right? Not living a better life, but making their day better. And if you posted it on internet, right? It happened with me. I saw one boy from my community with millions of followers on Instagram, and he what means one video he posted 2.5 minutes, and I literally cried like anything. And I posted this long comment, whatever is the last limit of Instagram for the comment. I posted that big comment that I appreciate you and I genuinely want to help you, because he was posting his work and he gets a lot of views also. See, things like that can motivate also.
yes,
Right? It's not always show off. Sometimes it's a message to others that if I can do, you also can do that.
absolutely.
Right? So it's not always the show off thing. If you are See, suppose if you just go to old age home once in a blue moon and you start posting pictures, that's wrong. But if you are a permanent member going there, and if you are a part of it, a genuine part of it, and then you're posting one picture once in a blue moon, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
I think to me, motive matters. Like, are you going to the old age home and doing all of this because you want a picture out of it? Or are you doing this because you want to meet them, because they're family now, because you can't imagine your life without them, you know? So motive really matters. And also, motive is what keeps you consistent. If your objective changes, shifts even a little bit, I feel like the work is rotting already, you know? So objective and motive, it really matters when you're doing this work and when you're taking pictures, especially. Yeah.
Agree. Wonderful. So we are going great with the flow. Just one incident I would like to share here. Okay, so that you'll get some clarity, right? So one fine day, I was really happy, Upasana. Any day, anyway, I don't have to mention it. It has got no relevance to the incident that took place. I came after meeting my loved ones. Okay, and I was just standing outside my neighbor's house. Okay, I was standing and she called me. She was also standing. She called me, Vinny, come here. Your utensils are kept with me. Please take it. And yeah. So I was waiting and she went inside for bringing all of it. She asked me to come inside and sit. I said, no, I have a class to attend. Let me go. What happened while I was standing there? Someone came and he told me, Didi. In Hindi, we say Didi, right? Sister. Yeah. He said, Didi, would you mind listening to me for a few seconds? I said, yeah, sure. He was a mid-aged man, right? I said, okay, yes. So he said, I'm so sorry to ask this, but I just came with my mom to this hospital and she's sitting in the auto itself, but I don't have money. I have forgotten my wallet.
Okay.
Okay, I have forgotten my wallet. And would you mind just helping me with 20 rupees? I just have to reach my home.
Okay.
And no mobile, this and that, whatever. So I said, are you sure you'll be? I just asked, okay, sure. So what happened, Upasana? I have got 3 hospitals around my house. Okay, so seemed like okay, a real time situation. Other than that, he seemed to be a well-dressed man, not a perfect one, but yeah, well-dressed. And he asked me really politely. Okay, I had let's say 100 or 50 rupees with me. I didn't have 20. I just gave, and he left. All the laborers, around 20 laborers, were working in my house only. They were looking at me and they were talking something. And then came that aunt, my neighbor. She said, Vinny, what were you doing? I said, he just asked some help and for his mother, and he didn't have money for conveyance. So I just helped him and I just gave some money. She said, have you lost it? He'll just go and get some alcohol and take it. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. So he said, don't you know he is one among them who just find people just for this little money so that they can take and have something, some intoxication? I said, no, I was clueless. I didn't have any idea. Right now, here there are 2 aspects. One is judge the person before you give. Other one is the same thing that I said, neki kar darya mein dal. That means do good and forget about it. I was like, oh my God, I kept thinking. I called my partner and told, okay, this is the thing. And he said, do good and forget about it. I said, if I'm helping someone take alcohol, am I really doing good? So this is the area where we literally fail to recognize, am I serving a good purpose or am I helping someone ruin their life? So this is
Okay. So I just want to, I mean, I don't even know if that was a question, but I have some thoughts. Okay. So first of all, don't worry, because you did do good, because you thought you were helping someone. I mean, that's what matters. I mean, don't even, I mean, I understand what you must have felt and that kind of confusion about everything, right? Your whole worldview shifts for a second there, right? Um, I recently saw a post saying, don't support alcoholism, support alcoholics. Don't support sex work, but support sex workers, you know, and don't whatever, these little things. And even, okay, let's say the slum I work at, it's a little far away, and to come to work in the morning, they have to come in the lorry, but that's illegal. You can't have people being transported through a goods vehicle, right? That's illegal. But these people have one lorry for like 7 families. So of course they're gonna come there. So it's not about, I guess what I'm trying to say is all of them are in need of something, of some sort of support. And you thought you were doing good, so don't even worry about it. But it's, of course, scamming will be there, but you do the best you can, because this world really needs it.
Yes.
Like, even the alcoholic, even the abuser, it's coming from somewhere. It's coming from some sort of instability. Even sex workers, though sex work can be very toxic, a very toxic work environment, a lot of harassment, very unsafe. These workers are doing that for a reason, because they have kids to feed and they don't know what else to do. So we're going to keep supporting them. We're not going to support the institution. We're not going to support who's hiring them, who's enslaving these people. Even alcohol, we're not going to support people who give away alcohol to people who are clearly in need of help other than intoxication. But we support these people. We try to help wherever we can. That's all we can do, actually, because there's too much in the world we don't know. I mean, we're having trouble being in control of the things we know of. So, you know, this is something that scares me a lot, you know, as I'm growing up. I'm like, will the weight only get heavier? Like, all the confusion about the world, will it only get heavier and heavier as I grow up? And I was talking to a friend about this, about like, there's so much corruption everywhere. Will it just get worse? And he was like, no, you're just going to get stronger.
Wow.
That's just how it works. So you do the best you can.
So you have given an amazing answer, Upasana. Also, I just came home that day, no, the same day. And why I was talking about those laborers, why I mentioned, because they knew whom I was helping. They might have seen that guy and somehow they were laughing at me. They didn't tell me that don't help him, but they were just looking at me and laughing. Also, Upasana, one more question is left. If you'll just permit, then only we'll go forward with that. Otherwise,
Sure.
so the other question, the last question, also an important question. So these days, I come across really young people like you or younger, right? They really come up with this thought, a great thought that, ma'am, we want to work for someone. Like, I have a student, she always says she lost her mom when she was young, she lost her brother 5 years back, and now she's all broken. And when a person is in that stage, at that stage or in that state, they feel like, okay, let's at least do something for someone. As you mentioned, it's therapeutic. So that's how she also mentions that, ma'am, I want to do something for someone, right? So now, Upasana, but the thing is, what do you think? This is just for an information, for my information as well. Do you think, can can you make money out of social work? This is a question, right? Number one. Why? Because see, if there's a person, he or she wants to pursue this, of course, at the end of the day, you need some money,
Right.
right? You cannot only do this. You can do this, but you cannot only do this
Right.
unless it's providing you some returns, because you
Right.
have to feed your stomach as well. You have to feed yourself. So let's say if there's a student, we know the life of students. They don't have enough money, they don't have finances, not just students, people around.
Yeah.
So if they pursue it as their full-time work, is there any possibility of making money out of it?
Well, from what I've heard, NGOs are a great business model. um, some people really churn the money in from doing NGO work, from building their own NGOs. What I feel is that for now, and this is a very short answer, I'm sorry, but for now, since I am doing it as therapy, since I'm doing it to get over grief, get over my sorrows, get over high school drama and gossip and heartbreak, I don't want money out of it. Of course, I have two part-time jobs and I am still a student. So it is difficult, but it's not about not having time. It's about making time. And the money aspect is sometimes it's a point of contention because, of course, even to go to the slum, there's going to be an auto ride. I need to pay for that auto to come back. I need to pay for that auto for the breakfast itself. If there's some, little mishap here and there, I'm going to pay for it, or I'm going to pay for some curtain material to be sent to my house so that I can take it to the old age home later on. It's very chaotic. So you do need some sort of, I guess,
Strength, financial strength.
spine, but for now, since my objective is to heal through this work, money is not on my mind. But from what I have studied and what I have learned about NGOs and hierarchy in NGOs, there is a way to make money out of it, because not all the money you donate always goes to the people in need. It goes to all the people working for that NGO, working to market that NGO, and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, again, motive really matters here. So yeah.
Okay. Also, Upasna, these days, what we find, even I live in a very small town, we have got 3 to 4 NGOs and we are connected to it. Is there a time constraint?
Yes.
Yes,
But
yes, yes.
yeah, you can finish.
Yes. So we are connected. Like when I grew up, I saw my father doing it. So I have been seeing it till date. And we are just like their member, all these NGOs. But what I see these days, even people call me and that, Winnie, what is the name of that NGO? I want to celebrate my anniversary there. I want to celebrate my kid's birthday there. I want to celebrate this and that there. Okay. So that means every other person is reaching there. Every other person. That is one thing. Other thing is they are getting a lot of help, assistance from government as well, right? From local authorities, government, everyone.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, sometimes what we see, things provided to them are not reaching the people. Means we are donating, let's suppose, stationery for kids, but kids are not even having that stationery.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not reaching the right place, the ultimate destination. So here, what I have analyzed throughout this process, okay, going and working at a place where everyone is going is not always a great answer, is always a great idea. You can go find out an area where you can literally help someone out and make a difference. Find that place.
That's why volunteering is very important, because yes, you can donate money, and good if you donate money, but being on ground takes strength. Being on ground is what's most appreciated, because most of the time, these kids, these people at the old age home, they don't really they're really looking for someone to listen to them. They're really looking for someone to just sit with for a while. So yes, I agree with you. Being on ground is very important.
True that. So you just don't have to follow that rat race.
Yeah.
If Upasana is going there, that doesn't mean that I also have to go at the same place. I can find some other place where people are really looking for a genuine help, and I can really add some help or add some value. So that's what my point was. And Upasana, so any other thing on mind? I'm so sorry for this delay, but my discussions really go long always.
It's all right. It's all right. I do have to leave for another session, but
Yes.
it was so nice speaking to you, and I wish I could speak more. We'll definitely connect another time. Is that all right? Okay.
Yes, definitely. So before we leave, I just had this bindi with me, and throughout the session, I was thinking if I could put this on Upasana's forehead, it would double up her beauty. So, but I couldn't. But I wish
Oh,
someday
that's so
I'll be able.
sweet. That's so sweet.
I had this. See, it's this,
Oh, that's
right?
all
So yes, it was lovely, lovely talking to you. Really
right.
heartwarming talking to
Oh, you too. You too.
Hope to see you very soon.
Bye.
Great day. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.